Welcome to the podcast. Let's clap this bitch. Okay, we're good. Welcome all to the first episode of the Speakeasy podcast. I am your host, Darryl.
And I'm Phil.
And he's Phil. We are 1 day away from Avengers Endgame.
1 day away. Ooh,
yeah,
how exciting.
I'm so annoyed that everyone else has already watched it from like LA.
Right? Yeah, it's so annoying because like I can't go on YouTube anymore.
Exactly.
It's so annoying. Like, I don't even need to click on videos to get the spoilers. They don't even try to hide them.
That's the thing, because like whenever you see a movie review on YouTube, you always like, I want to know what happens, but I don't want to be spoiled. And there's like the no spoiler beside it, but I'm like, nah, I still don't trust you.
but then there's those videos about like, 10 what the fuck things in Avengers Endgame, and the fucking
yeah. It's gonna be so annoying because like. I don't want to be spoiled in this game. I think this is the only Avengers movie where I know nothing about the story or anything really before the actual movie starts.
Yeah, I mean, I heard an interview with the directors saying that it was gonna be not really based on any comic.
Oh, so it's like its own.
It's really an original like take on the ending of the Infinity Saga. So I don't know what to expect, and there's a few things we can like pitch where we could be like, oh, this is gonna happen, but do we really know?
Yeah, well, that's a good thing because like no one can really like say or predict what's gonna happen because there's not really source material like in this manga or this comic book this person
manga,
dies.
Naruto lifts Thor's hammer.
There's also like speculation that maybe Cap will carry Thor's hammer, which I don't know. I doubt it.
Honestly, I woke up this morning and I was like, that's probably gonna happen. But
who do you think is gonna die?
Who?
Yeah. Let's be honest here. We're all gonna die.
Everyone eventually. I'll say Cap.
Okay, yeah, because it's his last contract. Well, it's his last movie contract.
Not just that. Cap is kind of like that too good to live character.
Yeah. Well,
he's the martyr. He's the perfect like.
Damn. You hear that? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, I can hear that. Wonder who that is. I think it's someone who heard me talk spoilers and got angry.
He don't like you. But yeah, me too. I thought it was Cap. I'm thinking that Cap will probably die.
I don't see Tony dying.
Yeah, me either.
I don't know. I haven't read any comics where he just died.
Well, that's the thing, though. It'd be a very big surprise if he does die, because there's no. Like,
it would be.
Well, like every single person in the comics that doesn't die in the end dies, and everyone that like dies in the comics survives. So like the only ones left is like Drax. He's just invisible because he's standing so incredibly still.
Drax never died. He's still there. No one can see him. That's all.
That's true. He's just eating chips.
Yeah.
He's eating a nut.
He's eating Takis.
He's eating a nut. These nuts.
In the first podcast, you made that joke. Wow.
Okay, well, this is our actually first podcast. Well, we'll see. Maybe this is another test run. But I'm hoping. So, what's up? How's it going? Got a new haircut?
Yeah. Just got a new haircut. Fresh out of the salon.
Yeah, and looks like Barry Allen. Kind of looks like Grant Gustin.
So I've been told.
He's stunt double.
Call me Grant.
He actually calls you.
Calls me. I get to take every hit.
You play Flash in a new DC reboot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Oh, wow.
Like young Flash.
I would love that. I'd play either Barry or Wally, or even Bart. I like Bart.
So you would play anyone who's Flash.
Not Jay Garrick. I'm not the right.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't cast myself as Jay Garrick. I'm not the type for him. But like there's a lot of roles I'd like to do, but I wouldn't cast myself in something that I'd.
Yeah, you don't think you're good at or be
or I think like it's a miscast on their part.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't do Jay Garrick. I would do Barry, Wally, Bart.
All three.
I'll do all three. Yeah, I'll do the kid in Smallville.
Yeah, we're triple gangers. Triple gangers.
They'll get me to play everyone at the same time.
Exactly.
I'll be everyone in the shot.
It's a shadow clone.
Yes. Like I think Plus, like, I think Barry is an interesting part because at the same time he has the trauma, but he goes beyond it as well.
Yeah.
He tries to go beyond it and to move forward, right?
Is it like in the comics? Well, in the comics, how does Wally get his powers?
He visits his Aunt Iris's boyfriend.
Oh,
and
it's not Barry.
Yeah, it's Barry.
Okay, his boyfriend.
yeah, but he doesn't know.
He's actually cheating on fucking Iris.
Yeah.
Oh, Iris is cheating on Barry.
Oh boy, Wally is cheating on Iris.
Yeah. But what are they exactly? What are like their true like connection?
But that's the thing. At first, Wally's just like a kid who idolizes the Flash.
Okay, so just a fanboy.
Yeah, and his idol he doesn't know is actually the boyfriend of his aunt.
Yeah.
So he visits her at some point, and then he's walking around Barry's lab, and the same accident that happened to him happens to Wally right then and there at the same spot.
So lightning hits
Yeah,
him.
exactly. On the chemicals and everything. And
Wow.
suddenly, I have the same cool stuff as him. And then Barry's like, sees this, and he's like, oh, well, now I have to like take him under my wing.
Teach him how to do stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't there like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? It's the
Similar,
same thing.
yeah.
It's the same thing. Well, I mean, like the actual like story of like I don't know the story of Miles Morales, but like in the story of in the movie, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, it's similar.
He
to the
dies
movie.
like, I will. Oh, you will be under my wing now. Oh no, I died.
Oh no.
Spoiler.
But the cool thing is that Wally gets to be more than a sidekick overall. Like most sidekicks still have that rank of like sidekick.
Yeah.
But Wally is like one of the two characters, in my opinion, that have evolved the most throughout the history of DC Comics.
Yeah.
Him and Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Because like those two characters are the only ones who could be said to like rival their mentors in popularity, even though their mentors are like the most popular.
Yeah,
heroes.
the iconic superheroes that everyone knows.
Yeah, so like, you know, now I think nowadays a lot of people know about Dick Grayson. Like they know his name, they know that he's Nightwing, they know that Dick.
He knows Dick. Because he embodied a new persona afterwards.
Yeah,
he didn't stay as Robin. He turned into Nightwing. So
that's the thing. Nightwing is like the story of someone being eternally reborn, growing into new stages of his life. You know, Robin, Nightwing, into Batman, into a newer Nightwing.
Yeah. Really? He reborn himself into another.
Well, yeah, and then he fake died and then became a secret agent for a year.
Wow, I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, it's called Grayson. It's a good series. It's good. It's weird, but it's a good series. It's very good. It's not a superhero book. It's a spy espionage. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
What happens afterwards?
And then he gets back into the Nightwing role because he's like, I'm eternally reborn. I will always come back to this role of the one who is reborn. And
if they were to make a Nightwing movie, who do you think would be a good cast?
Me.
Plug your name right there. Cast members, everyone's calling you now. Jesus, man.
No, I would cast.
Pat yourself in the back, why don't you?
I will. I will. I would cast. Okay, controversial. Zac Efron, if he can like really stay serious. Ideally,
Did you watch the Ted Bundy movie he made?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I want like a serious take with him in the starring role. I'm not doubting his capabilities as an actor.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to
humorize
him because that's not gonna be the character. But if he does do humor, but the tone of the story isn't humor.
So you don't want it to be like what's the name? Shazam?
Shazam. Yeah, Shazam has a good tone for
Shazam. Yeah, because Shazam he's a kid, so it has to be.
Well, if you're doing a Nightwing movie, you're gonna have flashbacks to him as a kid, but it's gonna be him as a teen, like as a 20 something. But I would take that. I would also take. I would go back in time and get a young Harrison Ford.
Holy fuck.
No.
Episode 4, Harrison Ford. He walks in with, hey kid.
No, I'm joking about that one. Don't impale me. I'm joking about that.
All the viewers, all the 6 viewers who are gonna watch this.
Yeah, the 6 viewers we have are gonna be like, Harrison Ford.
What are you talking about, boy?
What are you talking about?
Fucking weirdo.
No, I would get the new Harrison Ford.
as Batman.
No, you know who I'm talking about. The new Harrison Ford.
Oh shit.
Agent K.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I was okay. Okay.
Okay.
For because like Nightwing, because the thing is I'm not like overly like what's the word I'm looking for?
Well versed.
Yeah, I'm not really like aware of like everything of like that's in the Nightwing universe. I'm more like accustomed to like the typical Robin.
Yeah, his role as Robin.
Yeah, so I don't know how what he turns like what
How he
becomes,
is as Nightwing.
yeah, how he becomes
develops his
Nightwing. Yeah,
character.
how he turns into like the superhero as Nightwing. So it's gonna be kind of interesting because if there's like a sort of like the like do you think having a movie where he transitions from Robin to Nightwing would be interesting? Where he sort of like shit, I'm turning to from a sidekick to.
I feel like that would be like the first third of the movie at most because the way it happens in the comics is it happens in the middle of a Teen Titans story, which is like the best Teen Titans story ever, the Judas Contract. But the thing is, then you would have to have a whole movie like with these secondary Titans characters, and that's not really what you. It's gonna be too packed for a movie about just the transition.
Yeah, it's gonna divert from the main purpose of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say either just show it briefly in the first like 10 minutes of the movie, shows youth, and then what he is now. And keep it all like in Bloodhaven, the city that he.
It would be kind of interesting how it could be interesting if they make it like a sort of Batman Begins type thing, where he grows into the character, where instead of like establishing like he's Nightwing.
Well, that's why you might as well make it a Titans movie, and because that's the thing.
Make it a series.
He's intrinsically like linked to the Titans. He's the de facto like founder leader. And he's kind of like a Titans character of his own because, you know, he came in as Robin.
Yeah.
He stayed as Nightwing.
Yeah.
And then he went off staying Nightwing forever.
There's also what's his name? Azazel? No, it's not Azazel. It's the fuck. That was his name. It's the hood guy. The guy with the fucking cross. Kind of looks like
Azrael.
Azrael.
Azrael. Yeah.
Fuck me. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Azrael. Yeah. When I saw him in Gotham, it was kind of like fucking Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit.
I was kind of annoyed of seeing him in Gotham because like, oh, the system's after us. They're onto us. All right. So Azrael. They could do some sort of Nightfall movie. It'd be about like Bruce and Dick.
Bruce's dick.
Bruce and his dick. Cause during the Nightfall story where like Azrael has this whole thing where he becomes the Batman for a bit.
Damian Wayne becomes
Oh no, Damian Wayne ain't born yet at that point.
You're talking about his dick. Might as well. Fucking Talia. Bring in the whole family. Would you imagine like on Damien's birthday? Like the League of Shadows, or was it League of Assassins? Pull up and what the fuck? What side of family are you guys from? Oh, we're from your mom's.
I'm pretty sure they did a story about Damien's birthday. I remember seeing a panel from it where I think they only like showed like a panel where it's like, oh, it's my 13th birthday and I'm all alone in Wayne Manor and no one depressed. Came. And yeah,
Jesus.
But Alfred brought him a cake.
Alfred's always the shit.
Alfred's the best.
I think was it the one. I don't know if it's a movie or a TV show where Bruce gets beat up by Alfred. I think Alfred gets controlled by someone.
Oh jeez.
There's one where Alfred like beats the shit out of Bruce. I was like, what the fuck? Like, as a kid, that like fucking traumatized me. Like, yo, how the fuck this old man beat the hell out of Batman with a cane?
Right.
Like I was kind of like. Okay, so he's secretly like his old Jedi master type.
Well, actually, Alfred was part of.
He was
MI6.
He was. It was a secret agent. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's fucking old now.
Yeah.
He gets fucking Batman, who's been with the League of Goddamn Assassins.
Yeah.
He is literally an assassin.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like he's aware. Like everyone knows it. He's
yeah.
Like, hey guys, I'm actually a bureaucrat pretending to be Or no, I am an assassin pretending to be a bureaucrat. Hey, let's go to work, guys.
You know, I don't know if I told you about this, but like the first like 11 issues of Detective Comics where Batman appeared, he just straight up murdered everyone.
Oh, really?
Like he drove pikes through like doors to stab people through the abdomen.
Wait, what Batman did it?
Batman like murdered random people. He had a gun.
Shit, what the fuck?
And then and then by issue like 10 or 11, they were like, "Wait, let's give him an origin."
Oh, okay, so this is before like they established that he's gonna be Batman.
It was like back then he was just like this
Yeah,
bat-shaped figure that ran around.
The concept,
But they didn't explain it yet.
Yeah.
And people latched onto it, but like there wasn't an explanation yet. And then they give the origin, and it's like, oh yeah, he's a kid and trauma. And then after that, they started enforcing the whole doesn't kill thing.
Yeah.
And the issue right after that, Robin first appears. So Robin kind of represents the no kill rule.
The innocent, because like so whenever like so in that series when Robin does die, that's when he like full out lets out his whole
that's why also like when Robin dies.
That's a good twist. You know, like
that's
symbolization. Like.
You know, the whole story about Robin's death though is really weird because basically the writer of the book in the 80s, he was writing the second Robin, Jason Todd, and did not like him at all.
Wait, who, Dick? Or
Jason?
Oh, Jason.
He didn't like Jason.
Oh, he didn't
like writing Jason.
Okay.
So he was like, I want to kill him off. I want to kill him off. And he kept telling DC, I want to kill him off. So at some point, a lot of stuff happened beforehand, but at some point there was this ballot type thing where a call line, basically. 2 call lines, like one, I think it was 2 different call lines. I wasn't there back in the 80s, so I don't remember it.
I'm an immortal.
I've been there.
I've been there.
Yeah, I'm just recounting what I've heard, but basically, like, people could call the lines to say whether to vote whether he should win or die. So it was like a story which didn't end on a cliffhanger. The penultimate issue was a cliffhanger where Jason exploded. He was locked in by the Joker in a shack somewhere away from Batman. Batman rushes to the place and it explodes, and then it's like, what will happen next? Does Robin live or die? You decide. And then the readers vote. And that was crazy. So we know the result now. He died. Readers were like, kill him.
But he came back though.
Years later, like in IRL, like 20 or 30 years later.
Oh shit.
So
they actually voted him off.
They voted him off. And the thing is, there's a rumor
Give power to the people.
Actual power to the people. Pretty cool idea. They should do that again. I kind of like the idea.
Like DC, for like the CW.
Oh, that too.
We get so much hate. It's like, you fucker.
But basically, the thing is, there's a rumor going around, and the writer said so in an interview that he heard that this one guy called like 100 or 200 times and like totally shifted the balance to him dying. So apparently maybe it's but the funniest thing is, you know, DC had a plan to stop that from happening. You had to pay 50 cents per call or something like that. So this dude like paid $100 to make history and kill Jason Todd.
It's Batman himself. Like, yo, fucking kill this kid. I don't like him.
You know, I first, when I heard this, I was like, the writer did it. He paid 100 and he got the character out. But no,
that's fucked up.
But no. The writer himself said that he didn't know about it.
Jesus,
but some dude was so pissed at Jason Todd as a character.
Yeah.
He rigged democracy.
Well, yeah, that's the same thing. That's the same way that that one guy won the lotto when there was like $1 billion, I think.
Yeah.
He bought like, was it 30,000 tickets? So it's kind of like, fuck you. It's like, you know, in the end, like, what the fuck was the point, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just keep buying your own shit. Moral of the story is the rich become more rich and the poor just get more.
Capitalism, folks.
Oh, well, we're out here now.
Oh, serious talks.
But the thing is, like you were saying when they were voting, they didn't know what to do with Batman. Like when he created the character in the first place, right? They didn't know what to do with Batman.
Yeah, well, basically back then, like everything was throw it at the wall and see if it sticks.
Exactly. It's the same. It's the same thing what I'm doing right now for my movie.
Our movie.
Because the thing is, it's our movie. We're co-directing it.
Yeah.
When we were making what is it? When I first thought of the idea, I originally wanted the girl to be mute, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, nuts. Because originally the whole purpose of her being mute is because I didn't want her to scream. Because I didn't want to. I really wanted to dodge the whole like generic
horror movie, female screaming.
Yeah,
Sam Raimi.
Exactly. Yeah, but also because I wanted to like dodge as many horror flicks,
tropes.
Like, as possible. Because I didn't want to like follow the trend of like having like a demon in the house scaring the shit out of people. Like, bro, are you fucking serious? Like, how many movies have you watched, or how many movies last year only came out with like monsters?
Well, yeah,
terrifying the shit out of people. You know, like.
But I guess when you're in the horror genre, monsters are inevitable.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I want to kind of like. I kind of enjoy the Jordan Peele approach.
Well, even that had technical.
Well, there weren't monsters. There were beings. They were humans. Like in Get Out, there weren't monsters. In Get Out, there were just like fucking.
Yeah, Get Out was
weird fuckers who were just like, hey, you have a nice body, and let me take over that shit. Which is the whole concept, and like when you think about it, it's kind of weird, but like kind of like, oh yeah, this could happen.
It is happening actually.
Well, it's the whole question. No, man, it's the whole question of like, why am I in this body?
Yeah.
Like I've talked about this all the time. Like, yo, why why am I in like watching the world through this perspective? Mm-hmm. So now it's like playing with that and like, oh, you'll be sunk in. Someone takes over your body and like does some dumb shit. And so like, to be honest, that movie is a lot deeper than just like racism and all of that stuff, which is kind of like the whole thing that I enjoy about this new redefinition of like what is a horror genre.
Yeah, the new flicks coming out in the horror genre are really expanding it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad for that because the horror genre is one of the typical genres that it's been disregarded by award shows and all that because it's seen as stale. Yeah,
well, because and also because I every single up and coming artist, especially in film, loves the drama. With the oh my god, my life is a living hell. And there's like a little close up shot from behind. Where,
these violins make me very stressed.
She's staring. Yo, by the way, in my movie, I'm gonna have the girl play the Runaways, like the first notes of the Runaways from Kanye West. Because that song for me like just makes so much sense in the movie, in the movie as well. Because like she just wants to run away from her fear. So, ooh, look at that shit! Ooh, Easter egg!
Wow.
But yeah, I'm really hoping that this movie picks up because
me too.
It'd be a bitch if I invest in it and I would get a big middle finger from the world.
I mean,
but actually, my whole goal for this is to eventually make like a very, very successful movie. If God willing, make a very successful movie with the lowest amount of budget I can like think of. I think there's one movie that was like 100,000, and it went up to like 50 million or something. I know like what was it? I think it was Get Out. No, it wasn't Get Out. It was Hush. Hush was 1 million. Yeah. And then I think it went like it tripled or even quadrupled. It's what we call it. It's value. Yeah. In the box office. So yeah, it'd be quite interesting if like I could like make a lot of people watch this movie, but like not make it way too like artsy and like
you mean
generic.
Like avoid typical tropes of a student film.
Exactly. But if I were to choose to put it in my movies, I want to put it in a humorous way, or in a sort of like, oh look at that, he's a funny guy now. Fuck off.
Yeah, well, the way to approach tropes, in my opinion, is largely like to be aware of them and to play around with them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not necessarily completely subvert them because ultimately, like,
but use it to in a smart way. To be honest, I'm gonna need like when this continues, I gotta have someone like look at the monitors to tell us when
we
it's
have
over.
to have more because we're like the only people in the room. There is no one else in this house.
Hey, what's up, Johnny?
Hi. Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hello. But yeah, after the break, we'll talk about other shit. So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay
Actually,
tuned.
the break won't even be like perceptible to you guys. It's just gonna cut straight to the next conversation.
Yeah.
All right, see y'all.
Yeah, see ya.
Welcome back to the Speakeasy podcast, brought to you by Audible. Just kidding.
Do you actually use Audible?
No, not yet. But if I were sponsored, I would.
The thing is, I kind of, I'm not the best reader. Well, I'm not the best reader. I don't read. I don't like reading. It's not I can't read. It's just I don't. I'm too lazy for that. To be honest, whenever like every single year in primary school, they would give you a book to read and like summarize that shit. Everyone, the thing that everyone would do would be to look online at either the movie or like the chapter description and literally like write a fucking summary of the summary of the chapter description. So like I went through the years in high school and primary high school and CJEP plagiarizing my way through. Being resourceful. And funny enough, I passed all the exams, so I don't know how the fuck that happens.
Well,
I'm just that good.
Some people are good at that.
Some people make millions. Other people make memes.
Great quote.
Yeah, yo, that's J. Cole. But I also wanted to make a movie. I was thinking of making a movie later on about a couple of dudes in a cabin, another horror flick. A couple of dudes in a cabin, and basically how it goes is like Until Dawn, but without all of the supernatural stuff. So they're like, there's people. They're like 20 of them, or no, sorry, not 20.
20.
Like 12 of them, and then they slowly like die.
Feature length or
Feature length for sure. But that's like later on in the fucking career. Don't worry about that shit. I'm not. It's not anytime soon. It's just ideas that I'm having of like what I would like to do as my first full feature length film. It's like a sort of like, and then there were none meets Until Dawn, but meets also like, was it Desperate Housewives? It's like they're all just a couple of dudes, chilling. I'm thinking of maybe like a high school reunion. They meet up at a cabin, all like 12 of their closest friends, and then I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like people die, and then in the end, there's actually a deeper connection between all the characters, and sort of like a little bit like Unfriended, but less corny. Did you watch the movie?
Yeah.
In the end, they give you like this sort of jump scare in the end where like he puts down the laptop and then like and then the movie ends. Or like the guy puts his hands on the fucking blender. To be honest, it's a comedy, bro.
Shoot, that happened.
The movie's funny as hell. When I watched it, I was like, dude, what the hell is this movie, man? It's not even scary. It's just funny as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a concept I wanted to make.
Yeah.
One day.
Good idea.
It's funny because like sci-fi movies are like the most expensive, right?
Oh yeah.
Technically, well, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Because
And if you want like a shot that takes advantage of your special effects,
yeah.
it's also going to cost you.
So yeah, that's why like sci-fi is like one. It's a dream of mine to make a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, me too.
But it's not like a sort of like, yo, we're gonna make this like tomorrow.
No, that's the thing.
for
That's
sure.
like a long-term plan.
Especially like producers, they have to they put in a lot of money for this.
Oh yeah, you need the producer's trust. They need to know that you can like.
Yeah.
You can operate a camera.
You know in Interstellar, funny enough, because I went back and watched like interviews about the movie. Like because we never actually had a picture of a black hole, right? We don't know what an actual black hole looks like. And so
Until now.
Well, we have a general conception of what a black hole.
Oh, we got a picture now.
An actual picture?
Oh, you didn't hear about it?
When was this?
That was like
Oh, really?
not long ago. But yeah, look it up. Look it up. There is an actual picture now of a black hole. It is like an orange circle.
Okay, so it's similar to.
It was taken by a drone that we sent a while ago.
Oh yeah, I heard this. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, no, not until like, was it last year?
No, not last year. No, it was this month, I think, or maybe
Was it?
last month. Yeah,
Fuck. What year
it
are we?
was this month.
What year are we now? Oh fuck, we're 2019.
Yeah. We're in the
Jesus
present.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Not long ago, I remembered it just being 2009. I'm doing my dictées in the class, like writing my freaking test papers. Like, it's so weird how time passes so freaking fast when you're getting older. Yeah. Like next thing you know, you just like have like back pains and just like chilling on the couch, full grown beard, just like homeless, or But like it's crazy because when I was a kid, like time passed so freaking slowly. Yeah. Like I remember one year just lasted like a fucking decade. And I was like, yo, when the end of the year, the end of the school year finally came, I was like, finally, we get to like have fun. Whereas now you're kind of like, it's weird because like when you get to college, like it's getting shorter and shorter. The school
semesters
years.
And
yeah, like semesters like what 13 weeks, 13 weeks per semester, so 26 weeks per year. It's not a lot.
No,
it's like I don't know, it's math, but it's not a lot. Yo, I'm done with science. All that math shit, I'm done with it. But yeah, it kind of makes you think of like, oh, maybe I've been wasting my time a little.
Oh yeah,
especially like in the summer.
I mean, time is the thing that stresses human beings the most. It's the thing that drives us. It's the thing that makes us like realize what we are in relation to our total lifespan.
Yeah.
So, the fact that our perception of it changes.
Yeah.
And also, we have to like notice the fact that like it's a human construct somewhat.
It
or
is.
At least it's linear nature.
Okay. Bring because we had a conversation earlier before the podcast where I thought Infinity War wasn't like the best written story. Whenever when Thanos when
Introducing Thanos.
When Thanatos said
tomatoes.
Today I lost a lot. Today relative to what exactly?
Probably relative to his entire life.
No, but like what is today? Because like today is a concept that humans created, right? Today, as an Earth year is today, 24 hours.
I mean, once again, he speaks English. So.
No, but that's the thing. No, but like, well, you could argue like I'm Groot as well as English, but it translates to another.
Although you could always, I think they do mention in Guardians that they have a universal translator.
Oh, yes, but like fucking Thanos pulling up. Last week I killed Xandar. Like, what the fuck? Was it
last
like,
week?
What happened? Actually, to be honest, I wanted to see how Xandar. Xandar's.
Oh yeah, I want to
see how Xandar got decimated.
Yeah, I feel like we missed out on that. Maybe we'll get to see it at some point.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they made the origin story of what's his name, Mace Windu. I'm sick of these motherfucking snakes in this motherfucking plane. I actually want to see that.
Sick of these motherfucking Gungans in this motherfucking episode 1.
I want to see how he got it. I want to see how he got his purple lightsaber, bro. Mace Windu was the shit in what's it called? Was it episode 3?
His name is
Mace Windu.
He died being thrown out a window. I think they planned
We
this.
jumped out a window.
Windu out the window.
Baymax wasn't there to save him. No, the thing is, did he get stabbed beforehand?
No, he got electrocuted by Palpatine.
The Emperor. Wait, so because Star Wars is a little complicated, but like, who's the ultimate bad guy?
Palpatine.
Well, then who the hell is the big
Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Yeah, who the fuck is that guy got chopped up in half by Kylo Ren?
Snoke.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who the
Ask Ryan Johnson.
Who is this kid, man?
I don't know.
New kid on the block.
I don't know.
The emperor's dead. Let me take his place now.
I would like to see that story actually.
Which one?
The one where Snoke takes over.
As the emperor.
Take as the emperor. He just amasses the First Order and like because so much stuff that we missed is actually interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like that's the spin-offs that we want.
Yeah.
But if they're gonna keep making these
Star Wars movies.
these spin-off movies, then maybe they should focus on the questions we've had. Although
I'm thinking now movies are lacking originality. All they're doing is just remakes and like fillers and like.
Well, that's a general
Kind of sad.
postmodern type of like everything is a remix or a remake.
Yeah, it's well. The thing is, because it's nice because like you get to see a new shape of like an old like.
Well, ultimately, nothing is new. Everything is a new take on something.
Well, yeah,
old.
well,
and that is true to an extent, I believe. So in that sense, I don't mind it. I do mind that it blocks us creatively, but that's why like. I'm gonna get back to the subject of comics. Marvel Comics invented this idea to have infinite original stories called. It's a book called What If.
Yeah.
And the premise is simple. What if this happened? So you get to play around with the characters, kill any of them off if you want. It has all the essence of the characters. They get to do anything to deviate from any continuity. You don't need to read any previous story, right? It just gives you an original story that's always like crazy or strange because it pits them in a situation that you wouldn't expect for those characters to go, right? So that went on for years and years, this What If book. And that to me is like the perfect example of like what is old is new, or like using things we already have, but in a different perspective, infinitely. And that's true. You could infinitely have a new take on something.
Well, the thing is, because like and every single choice we had is also an alternative choice. So if we were to like take every single one of the choices, it would eventually give us an infinite amount of endings, or infinite amount of storylines, or whatever the fuck you want to do. So
maybe an infinite war.
Oh, dun, 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 dun. Cue the music. But to be honest, because I rewatched Infinity War, right, like an hour ago.
Yeah.
So like every single intro of the character, everyone's like started screaming. I'm willing to guess when every single one of the characters in this movie come in, everyone's gonna scream. Even though it's not like a oh shit, this badass, like not like a Thor entrance, like they just walk in the fucking room like, oh my god, Ant-Man is here, like or like oh my god, it's crazy, it's like Hawkeye's new haircut, look at this, yeah, it's crazy. He got a new haircut. By the way, his haircut's crazy. That mohawk's fire. I don't know, I like it.
I didn't look at it much.
I like the mohawk.
People are like, oh, haircut. I'm like,
and he has a sleeve now as well, tattoo.
Oh,
so
he got it. He got a new tattoo.
Yeah,
he took the time to go to a barber and
like,
then to a tattoo shop, and he's like, "I'm feeling depressed. Give me the feeling depressed look."
Like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. When that scene happened, everyone started crying.
Oh yeah, that's like one of the big gut punches of the movie, and it's the biggest unexpected gut punch because he's the character you expect the least to die. I think,
but like it's kind of like. When I watched him die, I was kind of more like fucking laughing because I knew it was gonna be a meme. I knew that it was gonna be a meme afterwards. I was like,
sometimes you see things and you're like, oh, the internet's so gonna have fun with.
Well, that's why I'm not really in social media anymore. Like I don't really like. I don't have Facebook on my phone or Instagram.
Very good idea.
Because to be honest, all we do with social media is just compare our lives to everyone else.
Compare ourselves and just enter a cycle of like wasting our own energy.
Yeah, no, but to be honest, because I met some people who like say in their social media they look really cool and shit. Like they have like nice pictures on Instagram and they actually like look real happy and like, oh my god, look, I've been to this place and I meet him face to face, and they're like mad depressed and like, I'm not really a party type dude. Anyways, nowadays parties are like overrated because everyone.
They're exhausting.
No, everyone is in their phones and parties, man. I don't know if you've been to fucking like clubs nowadays. It's just like
No, I don't go to clubs.
It's just Snapchats. Well, I know because I've seen fucking Snapchats, which is literally the whole goddamn crowd. I swear to God, a friend of mine went to a club, and then there's other friends of mine that went to the same club at that same time, but they weren't together. Like all my friends didn't know each other, and so like I saw like legit the same club from different perspectives, and so I'm like, yo, what's the point of even going there? And they're like, yo, it's lit, and like they have the fucking phone up in the air, like, yo, can you fucking put that shit down and like enjoy the moment? Your friend's literally fucking about to puke his goddamn lungs out because he drank too much. You're just there, like, we're out here now. Which is that's why I don't really like party all the time. Party all the time. Party all the time. And besides, nowadays nobody dances.
That's true.
Like when dancing is frowned upon now,
which is
like
really sad.
Yeah, to be honest, it's kind of like, isn't it the purpose of like partying? Just to chill?
It's kind of depressing that like
it's
physical action is frowned upon.
Yeah.
Taking initiative.
Yeah. Now it's all about like fucking fornication, like trying to like.
Well, I see a few things about our generation that makes sense with the climate of what's happening in the world. For one, we all have this sort of ecological anxiety within us, or at least the idea that, by the time we're 80, the world is going to be irreparably screwed and heat is going to kick in. I think it's kind of like, for some of us, it's more subconscious than just conscious, but I know a lot of people that from our generation that are deadly afraid, and for example, I've thought about this a few times, don't want to have kids
because they're scared of what will happen for the next generation.
Yeah, because we're kind of leaving a crappy world for whoever's next.
Yeah, but to be honest, people, not to sound mad and sensitive, but like people like they care about the most like benign thing.
Oh yeah, well sometimes it is benign, but
it's like, yo, what do I look like? Who fucking cares?
Yeah, but I think bettering ourselves includes
bettering other people.
Yeah, maybe.
Just
maybe leading by example.
Yeah, but that's because there's always going to be two examples, a good one and a bad one. People tend to lean towards the negative because it's the easiest one.
I guess I feel like we can always try.
Well, yeah. Well, there goes optimism versus pessimism. So there you go.
Yeah. But that's the difference between your co-hosts.
Yeah. Well, that's why you have both sides. It's not a pessimistic show nor a fucking optimistic show. It's a neutral.
The balance.
It's a neutral. Exactly. That's what we need. Balance in life. We need some good and some bad.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Like whenever someone like does something like not like that you don't agree with. Usually, they just say it sucks, and so you ask them, "What can I do better?" They usually just don't answer. Yeah, so ultimately, it's kind of like that they're not. They actually either like it, but they don't want to admit they like it, or they just want to fuck around and just like, So that's why I don't really take it seriously. All this bullshit hate, all the hatred. I thrive of it, man.
I don't know. I guess I don't care that much about the criticism I get, in the sense that like I don't have enough of an ego to be like, that's not true. Oh,
that's not true.
I'm more just gonna be like, okay, I'll try to do better.
It's like, thank you.
Yeah, you're like, yes, more.
I'll be like, thank you. I'll make sure to piss you off more next time, because I enjoy your suffering.
Welcome to your eternal suffering.
I was born in the darkness.
Molded by it.
All right, we got 26 seconds. Want to wrap it up?
Yeah. Let's wrap it up. So
this is our last. Well, this is our last episode. Wow,
that
was quick. Well, it's over, guys.
Start with the end and then end with the beginning. So watch this one last.
But yeah, no, this is the first episode of our podcast, the Speakeasy podcast. I don't know when we're gonna post.
We'll see.
We'll see. There's no
time.
schedule.
The end of the world is only in like 15 years.
So we'll see you guys next time. I'm Darryl. That's
Phil.
and peace.
Yeah, speak easy.